Well, Happy New Year and happy birthday to me. I am 43 years old now. And honey, some of the things I dealt with at 42, I will not be dealing with at 43, okay? I'm at a new season in my life and I'm excited. Let me tell you something. I hope this story comes as an encouragement to somebody because I'm encouraged. I knew I would see good, but I had no idea it would be this good. Good afternoon. Yes, it is March 15th and it is 3:05 p.m. Yes, and in 6 days, I'm going to be 43. Here in the most recent years, I've decided that there's a certain place I wanted to be at age 43, certain things I wanted to have at age 43. And I definitely wanted to have my own business, to be working for myself in some type of way, shape, or form. And it's working. One business I've already started. There's this other business that I'm working on, life coaching. I'm pretty much qualified and ready to hit the ground running. It's just a matter of getting some last loose ends tightened up and taken care of. I still like working with children and I don't have my own. I was gonna foster care, but I decided against it. I really wanted to work for different places, not just one center, and I got that going on. As a matter of fact, I just interviewed with somebody today and I have a folder over there. I can't reach it. I'm supposed to be working one place Friday, another place Saturday and Sunday, and then another place Tuesday and Thursday. But they're limited hours. And like the gentleman I spoke with today, I was just like, we tossed some dates around. And I said, I think it's just going to work for me to just work for you Friday. And then another lady reached out to me today. And I'm kind of glad because I think the place will be cool, a cool place to work. I did leave the place that I was most recently working at, that I started in January. Right now, I am at orientation. I'm taking a break for a new job that I have. Today being January 31st, 30 days was enough. I'm not even going to tell the whole story because I don't want to bore you with it. It just wasn't the best place for me. I realized that the first day or two I worked there, and I was just trying to make the most of it. And then one thing led to another, and then I just had to leave. The only place that actually cut me short of my 2 weeks. I think I dodged a bullet. The mere fact that when I put in a 2 weeks notice, they went around the block to let me know that March 1st would be my last day, which was the day I put in my 2 weeks notice. I was like, that's fine. Not a big deal at all. I just kind of wanted to know why. I felt like it was a retaliation for me speaking up about something, about a little kid that needed to be protected, but who knows, really, who cares? I know I did the right thing, and now I'm moving on to environments that are going to suit me well and suit the children and be good for all teachers involved. So I'm glad that that's behind me, that door is closed. The type of schedule I have now is something that I could do 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now. I am very, very blessed, and I've spent my money very wisely over the years, honoring God with what's God's and giving to the government what belongs to the government, and then just being a blessing to other people and being the steward of what I have, to be financially free, to be debt free, to just have a life that I want. Nothing grandiose, but it's still great and grand because I have my life and it's the life that I want. And I think that's what true happiness and success is. Not wanting what you don't have or wanting what somebody else has. I don't have to have $1 million. I don't have to be a millionaire. All my needs are met and many of my wants. And I don't have to have everything I want, to just be content with what I have. Continue to grow. And if God wants me to have more, He'll give me more. Moving forward and trying to help other people along as well. I'm excited. Let me tell you something. I stand with King David in the Bible, who said, I would have fainted had I not believed I would see the goodness of God in the land of the living. Whatever you're going through, don't give up. And don't think of it as what you can handle. Think of it as what God could take you through, what God could do for you and through you. Today is April 1st, 2022, and yes, it has been a great past 30 days. March 1st was the last day that I officially worked. I worked a half a day. And since then, I just have been taking care of so much business. I've worked so hard. And today I'm going on vacation. As a matter of fact, I just had an oil change the other day, tire rotation, and today I'm getting the inside of my car detailed. So I am on the plaza at Whole Foods while my car is getting worked on. So I was just here having breakfast, and I just been checking my emails, making phone calls and things like that. So let me tell you some good news. Just yesterday, I had to call a center's corporate office to tell them about a lady who has been emailing me for 2 whole months about meeting with me, calling me, interviewing with me, wanting to talk to me about this job position. And when I finally asked her, let's talk pay, because we've been talking for the past 2 months, and I started a job, quit a job. I've got a different offer that I was about to start another job. So can you just let me know how much you're willing to pay? And then I said, can you do this much? And I threw a number out there, and she goes, I could probably even do more than that. So I was already at the point where I really didn't want to work for her, but I talked to her for the past 2 months because I had a good feeling about her. But 2 months is a long time. It just so happened that I had been doing my own thing, that every time she contacted me, I just kind of felt like, let's see where this might go. I didn't want to shut any door too soon. So I saw another center, their center, one is corporate, and I saw another center closer to where I lived, and this was privately owned. So I said, well, let me give them a call, see what they're talking about, see if the setup is kind of the same. And it was the exact same setup, just one was owned by an individual and his wife, and the other one was corporate. And so I called them. I had an interview with them. I was getting ready to start with them. The director, he was awesome to talk to. He asked me what did I want for my starting pay, and then I told him. And later on in my head, I was thinking, dang, why didn't I go up an extra $1? We go through that, just like buyer's remorse. It was kind of like I had suggestion remorse when I got another email from this lady that I've been talking to for 2 months. She's like, I'm sorry I missed your email. Can you call me? I'm sorry we keep missing each other. Can you call me, or can I call you? So I just called her and I asked her, what about this amount? And it was $1 more than what he said. And she said we could probably even do more than that. So I sent her an email and said, can you make this official? And then I let them know, I have been given an offer that's, a little more than what you offered, but are you able to meet it? I didn't tell them I didn't want to work for them. As a matter of fact, the last sentence was, if you can meet this offer, I would be happy to be a part of your team, and I won't bring up pay again, or something like that. And then I never heard back from him. And then she had the nerve to email me and say she couldn't meet my offer. I said, okay, this is what you offered me, and I've been waiting for you for 2 months and talking to you, and now that's not good business. So I said, if you don't send me an offer, I'm gonna have to contact corporate, because they need to know what's going on. So I contacted corporate. They called me back. I said, I'm not even mad, because I just believe it's gonna work out for me anyway. Because in the beginning, I had a really good feeling about you, which is why I kept talking to you. But if you're gonna operate like that, that is not ethical. That's a work ethic issue, and what you're doing is just not ethical. You don't talk to somebody. You call me, you email me. I have so many emails where you're sending me, asking me if we could talk, if we could meet. And so I'm gonna stop this message because I'm getting a phone call. Back to my story. And as I was thinking about how great this last month has been not working, I definitely know for sure I only want to work 1 day, possibly a half a day, no more than 2 days. So I made that pretty clear with both of the last 2 jobs, the same name, 2 different locations. And I actually think the lady who I had been speaking to for 2 months was a blessing in disguise, because after the man didn't respond to me, the owner of the second location that I had applied with, I was okay with that. I was really okay with it. I was okay with the lady not matching my offer, because I had been talking with her for 2 months, and it's just if you can't make a decision in 2 months, why would I want to deal with that for the next 2 years or 2 months or whatever? And so I put it in God's hands, and I said, okay, I do like working with children, but there's other options out there. I'm already working on my 2 business adventures. I do like my free time. I do need time to myself. I have other things going on. If I don't get to work with children, it won't be the end of the world. And if I need to find a part-time job just to have a little pocket change, well, there's plenty of options out there. And as I checked my email today, there's somebody else from another early childhood education center sent me an offer, wanted to meet with me. I told them I was pretty free this afternoon because I was getting my car worked on and I didn't have anything to do. And so they sent me an interview, a Zoom meeting for 1 o'clock. So in about 2 hours, I'm gonna be meeting with them over Zoom. But I went straight to Google reviews to read the reviews. One lady was complaining about something. A lot of people said good things about them. But the lady that was complaining, the director actually said, this is our corporate office. You can call me directly or you can call corporate. And I like that. Like, they didn't have anything to hide or, and she gave them the corporate number. So I kind of like that. I Googled the school. I looked at the school. It's a nice new school. And a lot of people say a lot of good things about them. And just speaking with the director, just the timing, like the one lady, Christina, she had just taken over a school with a low rating. I said, Christina, that school has a rating of 1.8. You're trying to build it up. What you have just done to me is indicative of where you're gonna go. Like, whether I get the offer or not, what you're doing is just not acceptable. You're not telling your corporate office the whole story, like telling me you can't meet my offer. Well, you're the one who told me what the offer was to begin with. That you can do even more than what I asked for. So you let me know you could do possibly what I asked for or more. So anyway, I just felt like she was a blessing in disguise. So I have 1.5 years of experience at a church, but a church is not a licensed child care facility. That was the best environment I could have ever asked to working in. But then, as time changes, seasons changed, I wanted to go into a different sector, and I wanted to try different avenues. And I went to a community center, and then I went to a school. Then, most of them were small and intimate, but this school from Google, it looks like it's a pretty big school. And so now it's just like, with everything I've experienced, I have learned to become more professional. And with the last 2 places, they really seemed like they were really grateful to get such a good teacher. So that really was affirmation to me. And then to get this email from this new school, new slate, everything, for it to be April 1st, and I just left Open Minds March 1st. It's been a whole month, and I just couldn't ask for better. And yes, I do have a good feeling about this. And yes, I'm going to accept it. And I'm going to go high with my offer. And they already show a high offer on Indeed anyway. So like, this won't be like, oh wow, I don't know if we could do that. They already are aiming high in the first place. So I'm going to just go for what I think, especially what I'm giving, the time that I'm giving. I'm not giving 5 days a week. I'm not giving full time. I'm giving part-time, and I'm giving a day and possibly a day and a half. So with that being said, I know what I bring to the table. I'm still going to go high and just go from there. But yes, I do miss working with the kids, and I'm happy to be given all these different opportunities. At first I was thinking like, wow, all this just to work with children. But no, anything that you want is worth fighting for. It's worth going through the process of getting what's best for you. And for me, even if I'm only giving you 10 hours a week or whatever, it needs to be worth it for me to give myself up, leave my home, and come work in your center. So yeah, I'm happy for, sometimes it's worth the wait. And this time, it was really worth it. So I'll interview with them. And when I come back from vacation, I'll have a new job. I made it to my destination. It has been a 12-hour day, and I am tired. Well, the month of April is already off to a great start. On April 1st, I could not have known that a company would be really interested in me. So interested that on that same day, they would schedule a Zoom interview with me, and within hours, give me an offer that I couldn't resist. Yes, God turned it around for me. Just after dealing with a lady for the past 2 months who couldn't decide what kind of offer she wanted to make after just being this close to starting a job. I mean, I was in their break room about to start training when I told them somebody made an offer to me that I want to know if the owner could match. Well, the owner was out of town. And I said, I want to wait and speak with him before I start training. That was March 29th. 3 days later, 3 days. Like I said in the beginning, I knew it would be good. I had no idea it would be this good. Hello. Yes, can you hear me? Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure because I'm in a coffee shop and I don't want to disturb too many people, so like I'm sitting in the back. Yeah. Hello, nice to meet you. Thank you. Tonia Johnson, but you can call me Tony. Nice to meet you as well. Yes, well, first off, just let me thank you for taking notice of my resume and reaching out to me. So thank you for that. So I am the youngest of 9 children, so I didn't have any little brothers or little sisters. I agree with that. Environment is everything. Yes, that's good. That's good. For the floater position, because I do like being in all the classrooms. For the training, since you said it's like 2 weeks, I could start the 12th. I can come in at the 12th. On the 12th, would you want me to come in at my regular start time that I wanted at 11, or would you want me to come in earlier? Okay. Yes, that's totally perfect. Okay. 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 Yes, that sounds good to me. I'm just taking notes. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, sounds good. Did you need anything else from me? Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. So I do know that I don't work as many hours as maybe some of the other teachers, but like you said, with my background and my education and then my experience as well, I was thinking it wouldn't be too much to ask. Okay. Whatever that main day is and that half a day is, that I will be consistent. So everything else, like all my medical appointments or car appointments or home appointments, I'll always schedule that on the other day, so you never have to worry about me not being there. Your teachers could always depend on me being there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think my car should be done at like 2:30, so I can swing by there this afternoon because I am headed out of town and I don't get back until I'm heading out of town. It was supposed to be from the 1st to the 8th, so today to next Friday, and so that's why I was able to start on the following week. But I could definitely come. What time do you close again? Is it 5:30 or 6? So and I'm in an area where my car is, so I could just walk there, get it in 5 minutes, and then I could just be there like around 3:30, maybe 4 o'clock, just in case it's not ready. Oh, okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. No, that's exactly it. No, that's okay because so next week I won't be available because I'll be out of town. So my first available would be April 11th. Today, if my car, I can call them and see if they get done with my car early. Yes. Okay. No, I appreciate that because that shows that you have boundaries and that you're not going to try to be everything to everybody, and you got that designated time for the kids and their parents. So I appreciate that because you want to give me your full attention. So no, I totally understand. Hmm. Yes. Okay, but I will try to make, yes, ma'am, but I will try to make it today if they get done early. And if not, I'll just send you an email. Like if it's, like once I call them, whatever they say, I'll send you a confirmation email whether or not I can come early or not, before 3. Monday, okay. Okay. Sounds good. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. I can email you a copy of that. Okay, yeah. If you give me your form, I'll just take it to my doctor. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you. It's very nice speaking with you as well. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to meeting you all in person. And thank you again for the offer. Well, thank you so much. I'm believing for good things. Yes. Well, happy Friday, and don't forget you can always call me Tony. Yes. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Have a good one. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. Just left my Zoom meeting. So yes, I'm on my way to my car now. Got my coffee to go and my notes. That was an awesome interview. Oh my goodness, I felt so comfortable, confident, and I asked questions that I had never asked before. So that's another thing and another reason why I did not mind talking to Mary for that long, because whenever she emailed me, I mean, I wasn't really doing much in the area of work anyway. So just entertaining her didn't bother me any. And with every conversation that I have with everybody, there's some takeaway, you know? So I just learned to be more specific, and she did ask me what did I want, and I did go higher than I've ever gone, higher than I went in 2020 when I started doing childcare at a licensed facility, and higher than the last place that was closest to me, higher than the place with Mary, you know, higher than everywhere. She said, we'll have to think about that. And I said, no problem. So they want to meet me. So I'm going to go see if my car is ready. I have the time. And that's another reason why, if I don't have to give up all my free time like this, just going hanging out at Whole Foods, going to the library, get my car worked on, just walking around. If I don't have to give this up, why would I? This is absolutely the best that God had in store for me. I absolutely negotiated, and I absolutely believe I am getting the most that I could possibly get for my job, my hours, my position, and the time that I offer. So yes, it ended well. God did save the best for last. I literally just drove past where Christina works. Literally. My new job is literally 2 minutes from where Christina works, which after a while, I didn't want to work for her anyway. I just wanted that offer letter to show the other place to see if they would match what she had been telling me she would pay me. It just kind of kept me busy until I found the new place, and it just gave me more assurance that yes, where I'm at now is where I want to be. What I'm getting paid is what I need to be getting paid, and my job is what I want to do, and the amount of days is exactly what I could give, and the amount of hours is what I want to give, and not anymore. Yes, looks nice and clean. Dashboard looks nice and clean. Back seat looks good. Everything is like new. Yes, new car, new job, new attitude, new me, new start, new year. March 21st is the start of a new year. And I'm excited. I'm excited about what this year is going to look like. Today is April 8th, yes, and I am still out of town. I've had so much fun in the last 2 days that I just decided to stay one more night. And I have a lot of fun things planned tomorrow, but I will head back home tomorrow. And like I said, when I come back from vacation, I'll have a new job. I also said I knew it would be good, but I had no idea it would be this good. So I'm not just going home to one job, I'm going home to 2. So you can say I came full circle. Like in the beginning, I said I like working at different centers. Yes, the man that worked at the same company that Christina works at, except his is privately owned, he did reach back and email me. I did some negotiating, and remember when I said I regretted not asking for that $1? Well, I got it. So I am very happy with what I'm going to be getting paid. It's the most I've ever gotten paid. And when I think about what I've gone through, honey, this story needs to be told because God has done so much for me. And I'm excited about the new me at 43. And so, I get to work with kids again. But right when I let it all go, when I surrendered and said, God, if I don't get to work with kids, it's going to be okay. If the other center don't call me, I'm okay with that. If Christina don't send the offer letter, I'm okay with that. And then I got everything I needed and none of what I didn't need, to include what I experienced at Open Minds. So I'm just going to call the man's husband because the woman's husband, because I did not get paid today, and today's Friday. And I want to get this recorded because they're the ones who told me not to come back. That my last day was the 1st, so there's no reason why I shouldn't get paid. And I know Alicia ain't gonna do nothing, so I'm gonna call her husband.
Abdul speaking.
Hi, Abdul. This is Tonia Johnson. How are you?
I'm good.
I did not get paid today. Is there a reason for that?
Your last check is paper, so we'll be mailing it to you.
Okay. And did you get the email? I still never got my emailed CPR certificate.
Your CPR certificate.
Yeah, I asked Lisa to email it to me. Then she printed it, but I couldn't find where she put it. So then I emailed you and her asking her to email it to me.
Okay, we'll include you want a physical copy or you want an email?
An email. If you can just email it.
All right, I'll follow up with Lisa to find that and get that email to you.
And then the last thing, I just had a question. Do you know why they didn't want me to fulfill my 2 weeks? Why they just wanted me to the 1st to be my last day?
We just wanted to move on.
Okay.
from any of the tension that was building. So we just, and I know when you spoke with us that there was some concerns as well. So we didn't want anybody to be unhappy. I know that's what you mentioned as well when we spoke with HR, that you were unhappy. And so we didn't want to force you to be unhappy for 2 weeks.
Well, that's why I had emailed that I'd never told her I was unhappy. I just told her about the conflict. She asked me if I wanted a mediator, and I told her yes, I did. So I thought that's the purpose of mediation, to work through things.
Yes, I understand what the purpose of mediation is. However, we also just made a decision in which was best for the organization. I mean, the fit was not there for us.
Okay. Well, when should I be getting that paper copy of my check?
Let me pull up your.
Because today is the 4th. I was expecting to get paid today.
Well, you know what? If you want, you can pick it up, or I can mail it to you. So what would you like to do? Put it in the mail today.
Can you send it like, so I can get it today, like overnight or expedite it? Because coming out there would inconvenience me.
No, that is not something that we can do. I can put it in the mail, standard mail, and move forward. I mean, if you want the check, you can come get it, or I can put it in the mail.
Lastly, I didn't get paid for CPR, but did the other people who did CPR, it seemed like it was a part of their orientation. Did they get paid?
What did you want me to do? Did you want me to put it in the
Oh, you can put it in the mail. It'll inconvenience me, but it's okay.
Okay.
The CPR training, it was other ladies in there that was doing CPR and other stuff. I just came just for the CPR, but because during my orientation, we didn't have CPR. This is something I also asked Lisa. I didn't get paid for that training for the CPR, but I'm just wondering, did other people get paid for it? Because it seemed like it was a part of their orientation.
Did not get paid for the CPR.
The hour.
An hour. What day was that?
It was. I could forward you the email. I can't remember actually what day, but the day I went, it was Sam and a couple of other girls. And I just came for the CPR and I left because I had already had my orientation. But during the day of my orientation, they didn't have CPR. So I got paid for orientation, went back for CPR, didn't get paid.
Was the CPR in the evening or was it during the day?
It was like 1:40. It was like 1:30.
So you came in just for the CPR?
I came in just for the CPR. The other girls were still there. It was a part of their orientation. But I had already had orientation on January 31st. But during our orientation day, they didn't have CPR. So yeah, again, I came over there, out of my way just for CPR. And I never got paid for it. I asked Lisa why wasn't it included in my time card, and she said I didn't get paid for it. But I'm just curious, the other girls, it was a part of their orientation. Did they not get paid for that hour of CPR?
I don't think it was you did not get paid for an hour of CPR. CPR, I don't have to check with Lisa on. Maybe CPR just wasn't available that day. But I mean, we are providing an opportunity for you to get your CPR training within the first 40 days. During orientation, yes, we'll pay you. But if you have to, were you not scheduled to work that day?
I did orientation on January 31st. My first day of work.
The day that you did CPR, were you scheduled to work?
No, I was not.
Okay. So, I mean, we're providing you the opportunity to get your CPR training. You don't actually have to do it through us. I mean, but that is a requirement to work.
I did do it through you all. So my question is, the other ladies who did it through you all, they stayed after. So I think it was a part of their orientation. Did they not get paid for the CPR as well? Because it was a part of their orientation.
Yes, it was a part of the orientation, so they got paid for whatever is part of orientation. Yes, but if it was outside of orientation, no.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is the black and white copy of the CPR certificate. Down here, if I wish to scan this to somebody, that would be very hard to read. Instead of just emailing it to me. So I just called the company. Their phone number is on here, and I asked the company No CPR to email me my certificate at around 10:06.
Hi, Tonya. This is Gwen with No CPR. I got your voicemail message, and I had our system email you a copy of your CPR certificate. If you don't see it in your inbox, you might check spam. And if you have any trouble or don't see it at all, you're welcome to give me a call anytime. My direct phone is 417-637-0102. Thanks.
At 10:44. I called her at 10:06. Let's see. When did I call? When did I email Lisa and Abdul? And do y'all want to know something? They have 3 locations, but somebody actually paid for one of their buildings. You know, I just felt like they were blessed. It's Black owned, Black couple, Black children. You know, I just had a good feeling going in. But I emailed them March 2nd. Here it is, March 4th. Still no certificate. And he act like he didn't even know about an email. But on that Sling, that app where they sent messages, I asked her for a copy, I think March 1st. Here it is, March 4th. Still didn't get anything from them. But look, no CPR. Got it right away. I'm glad it was only a month. It's all good. I'm moving on to bigger and better, for sure.
Didn't I say I was moving on to bigger and better? In reality, God had so much more in store for me. And it was just a matter of going through in order to get to. And if I can be of any encouragement to you, I don't know what you're going through, but God does. And God has you. Just keep the faith. And don't let anybody make you ugly. Don't let anybody make you unhappy. And don't let anybody make you angry. Be in control of yourself.